Howdy folks, and welcome back to my World of Tanks replays with the mighty Jingles. Except, well, we're with the mighty Jingles, but these aren't my World of Tanks replays, these are all your World of Tanks replays. It's the replay roundup again from the replay contest, and these are some of the submissions that didn't quite make the cut. Well, there's nothing wrong with these games. I'm kind of at the stage now where some of the amazing replays that made it onto the shortlists in the first couple of days when I was going through the entries, they're getting bumped off now by even more amazing replays. These are all ones that you're going to see tonight are all solid games, nothing wrong with them whatsoever. Fun, entertaining games to watch, games that any one of us would have been proud to have played ourselves. Not good enough to win this contest. You really do have to pull something spectacular out of your ass to even have a chance of coming away with one of the prizes in this contest, I'm afraid. So I hope that's not going to be too discouraging, but I've got a lot of games that I have to convert to video and upload, because even the ones that haven't made the shortlist have been really, really good games. You know, like this one. This is Lieutenant Skull in his Panzer 38NA. A German Tier 4 medium tank, and, well, it's a German tank, so I'm going to call him Herr Leutnant Skull, because I feel that's appropriate. And not a popular tank to drive. This is one of those tanks that people normally skip through as soon as possible, on their way to bigger and better things. So it's good to see somebody driving it, and driving it well. But what the hell is going on here? Lakeville. Where are the enemy team? Oh look, they're all on the road of fail in the middle of the map, getting killed by tank destroyers. Oh well, okay. Well, we'll just keep going on this side until we run into something to shoot at. That seemed to work for the German army in the early stages of the Second World War as they were ploughing their way through Western Europe. And by Jove, it's going to work for Herr Leutnant Skull as well. Oh, there we go, something to shoot at. Oh, crap, it's a marder. And yeah, that could have been bad. He came around that marder, which was exactly where he wanted to be. Spotted that marder, thought, whoa, and just out of reflex backed up, which put him back in front of the gun of the first marder. But he got away with it. He's killed them both, and now he's on 4 health. And while he's finishing off that artillery, have a look at this A20 that's sneaking up on him. Surely he's doomed. Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? He's got 4 health. Got an A20 facing him, pointing his gun at him. All he has to do is hit him once. Just once. Come on, just hit him once. Come on, do it. Hit me once. Just once. No? Okay, I'll kill you then. Unbelievable. And an AFK BT7. Yeah, we'll kill him too. So, 5 kills in a Tier 4 light tank. Not bad. Alright, admittedly it's only a Tier 4 game, but still. It's a good result in a tank like this. And that's pretty much, you know, I hesitate to say in the theme of tonight's replays, but there's, you know, this result is nothing to be ashamed of. Getting 5 kills in a Panzer 38. Yes, please. Can he make it 6? Oh, some US-40. Dirty kill-stealing bastard. Yes, so 5 kills. We're never going to get round the valley in time to finish off that M3 Lee. So yeah, 5 kills in the Panzer 38NA. A good, solid, reliable result. But in order to stand a chance of winning this replay contest, you really do need to produce something spectacular. Not just something good. I mean, this was good. 5 kills, doubled XP, so yeah, you're looking at 1300 experience. 1300 experience in a Tier 4 tank? That's pretty damn good. 26,000 credits. Yeah, not bad. Nearly got, it wasn't trying to get a scout badge, but nearly got a scout badge into the bargain. Nothing to be ashamed of. Good result. Nowhere near good enough, I'm afraid, to even come within a whisker of getting onto the shortlist in this contest. So, well done, Herr Leutnant, but not good enough. So, let's hear it for tonight's next challenger. In the heavy tank category, we have Meister Lamper 81 in the KV-1S Tier 6 Russian heavy tank. Yes, he has the 122mm Doom cannon fitted, so this should be fun. It's a standard battle on Munich, the Wide Park map. And, you know, here's the thing, and these are all good games, but you're driving a KV-1S in a Tier 6 maximum battle. I would be surprised if you didn't do well. So if you've sent in this kind of replay, it really has to be spectacular. I mean, I want to see you take out the entire enemy team while driving backwards. That's the kind of games you have to pull out of your hat. Can he do it? Well, you never know your luck. Let's see. So he's going for the railway bridge, which, you know, makes sense considering what he's driving and where he is. We've got a Panzer 3-4 over there, and a couple of other heavies coming around the corner. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, oh, hello. This is unusual. It's a bit brave as well. Oh, this isn't good. It takes a big hit there from a 361H, which nearly sets his engine on fire. And that T-50 was so lucky not to be one-shot killed. But this is not... Oh, good kill on the T-49. But this is not what I expected to see. Normally you see the heavy tanks clustering around the mouth of the railway bridge, and they're all just derping at each other from one side of the bridge to the other, but no, he's actually going over the top. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Nice little bounce from the, well, it was the M5 who bounced the 3001 Healing Mill, who is now part of history. He actually hit the railway embankment. And an M5, seriously? You're going to just sit there with that little derp gun of yours and try to kill a KV-1S? He's pointing that Doom cannon at you? Really? Well, okay. It would be churlish of us to pass up the opportunity to add another kill to our name, if you're going to do that, and make it easy for us. He's coming over the top here. And you know what? You don't want to be sitting there in a Panzer 3/4. Because this gun will, well, do that. Okay, he's taking a couple of hits now. And now he's got to stop taking so many risks. Well, you'd think. Now this is where the lousy gun depression of the Russian heavies is really going to be a problem. I'm going to wait for that guy to shoot, and then... And unbelievably, that one bounced. But that's the VK361H for you. From the front. Very tough nut to crack. Oh crap, he's on fire. Instant use of the fire extinguisher. Now he's got a flank shot. And unbelievably he doesn't kill him. 5% health, and now he's had his tracks blown off, and this guy's on his flank, and hooray! KV-1 finishes him off, which is nice. And we can return that favour. The KV-1 up on the embankment there, saved his ass. Now he's on 5 kills, but he's only got 83 health left. He's played this game very aggressively. Panzer 4, and again, lousy gun depression. And with 83 health, you really don't want to give him the chance to take a shot. Oh, that's going to be a dodgy shot. That's going to be a very dodgy shot. Is he going to take that shot? Nah. No, instead he's going to wait for him to turn his turret. And then he's going to derp him. Top Gun. There's only 2 enemy tanks left. But he only has 83 health here. Let's not get too carried away. Okay, that KV-1 has problems, and he's on the other side of a building, so he can get over and into cover. T-28 Well, T-28 just has to get lucky. But in order to get lucky, his gun has to be pointing the right way. Oh, and there we go. Game over. So not bad at all. 7 kills. Absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. And very aggressive play in the KV-1S. It's good to see. Because you do tend to find people tend to be a bit more cautious when driving this tank. You know, they don't take chances the way this guy did. But, you know, you take chances, you walk away with 7 kills like that. And he gets Steel Wall, Top Gun and Sniper. Nearly 2,000 experience. And just short of 50,000 credits. And that's what you get when you take risks in this machine. And look at that. 11 shots fired, 11 hit the target, and 11 hits received. So, yeah, good result. But you're driving a KV-1S in a Tier 6 maximum game on a city map. You know, you should expect to be able to get a result like this if you're any good. But, you know, common theme of tonight's replay, you have to be better than good in order to stand a chance of making it even onto the shortlist in this contest. And that was good, but it wasn't good enough. And so, tonight's next challenger is Russerification in the ISU-152 with the BL-10 Troll Cannon. And much like the previous one, it's a Tier 8 game in a city map. And he's in an ISU-152, top tier. And again, this is one of those games where if you can't do well with this machine, with that gun, on this map, with this matchmaker, you may as well just give up playing. And, you know, to be fair, this is a good game. Well, obviously it's a good game or I wouldn't be showing it to you. But there has to be a certain sense of trepidation. I know you guys are sitting here waiting to see the results of the contest, and we're getting there. But you've got to be proud to see your replay featured on the replay roundup, while at the same time there's got to be a certain sense of because if you're on the replay roundup, it means that this replay didn't win. So there's you know, I appreciate how you feel. Okay, now the BL-10 has 268mm of penetration, but the upgraded turret at the front of a T-29 has 279mm of armour. So while the BL-10 can get through the front of the turret of a T-29, you shouldn't count on it. Okay, that's not a good start. The SU-100M1 killed our driver, hurt us pretty badly, and the troll cannon missed him. So first 2 shots fired have done no damage, which means we are 3,200 credits out of pocket. Because every time you pull the trigger on this thing, it costs you 1,600 credits. Don't worry, he gets better. Just going to enlarge the map here for a second, and you'll see why in a minute. And there's more of them coming up here. There's a lurver coming to join the fight. And there's our revenge. SU-100M1 dead. Kill number 1. Now, while the T-29, and this T-29 driver is not doing anything wrong. He's hull down, he's only showing us his turret. And while that turret is 279mm thick, this gun, while you shouldn't count on it, can get through that turret. So that was unlucky for the T-29 driver. I mean, I don't know exactly where the gun hit him. It might have gone lower than aimed and actually penetrated his hull, but there wasn't much of his hull showing. It's possible it went through the front of the turret. Not something you should expect to happen when you're driving a T-29 in most cases, but this gun can do it. Less than half of the time, but it can do it. Now, this is the reason why I wanted to blow the map up. Have a look at these clowns just noobing around on the street corner here. on the road of, well, you know, the road where all the heavy tanks normally go to get killed, on the 8 line. If just one of those guys was watching the map, they'd be backing up down this road with their guns pointing this way to link up with the rest of the team. But of course none of them are. And what do you think's going to happen to them now? These two guys have held that corner like a boss against overwhelming odds. And here comes the cavalry. And it's fish in a barrel time. It's 3 kills for everyone. Yeah, it's no use backing up now, pal. It's too little too late. And look at this target P. Yeah, just stay there, don't move. There we go. That's what it's all about. Yeah, you stop in the middle of a road, sideways on, with a BL-10 pointing at you, and you just sit there. Let me know how that works out for you. Is that T-25 going to be dumb enough to... He is. Oh, you couldn't make this up. So 4 kills. Not bad. But keep an eye on the enemy Pershing driver. Now he's not on the road of fail here with the derps. He's actually doing something useful over by the railway yard. And there's kill number 5. And I don't think we get that SU-152. And there's KV-3 coming up behind him. Puts him out of his misery. Or perhaps the Lurver. Either way, he is completely screwed. Oh yeah, they're both going to get him. Yeah. KV-3 finishes him off, and Lurver puts him on 10%. So, yeah. And those guys basically got what they deserved. If you fail to watch your map, you just fail. Any one of those, just, I mean, it's not rocket science. You've lost the hill. You've got your back to the enemy tanks coming off the hill. What did they think was going to happen? Not one of them tried to fall back. Yeah, well, that's what happens if you don't pay attention to what's going on around you. There we go, that enemy Pershing, the M26, he's racked up another kill, he's on 3 now. And he hasn't taken a scratch of damage himself. Now at this point, we're winning 13-10. But, again, have a look at the map. Pay particular attention to this dipstick here in the ELC AMX, who he's basically AFK. So while it looks like there's 4 of us and 2 of them, there's actually only 3 of us and 2 of them. And pretty soon there's only going to be 2 of us and 2 of them. And then 1 of us and 2 of them. Now there's just the back end of that SU-100 sticking out from the side of that shed over there. And the Pershing is up to 5 kills. He's whittling the team down one by one. Somebody puts a good hit into that SU-100. I say somebody, it has to be the Lurver. But then the Pershing finishes him off. So we're getting no help from the ELC. We're an ISU-152 on 45% going up against a medium tank who already has Top Gun. And an admittedly badly damaged SU-100, but the SU-100 has a 122mm gun. We have 450 health. That 122mm gun can theoretically do a maximum damage of 500. So, yeah, this should be interesting. So somebody's in the cap circle, and there's the Pershing. Oh, buggeration. That was lucky. Trax ate it. Now he's not going to give us his turret. He is. Well, take advantage of that, man. We needed to take that hit. We needed to give that hit rather. That's even the odds slightly. And again, he shoots hits the tracks. But you're playing merry-go-round here in an ISU-152 with a Pershing medium tank. You are never going to chase him around this building. And that Pershing has got to be cursing his teammate, who's still sitting in the capsule, not coming out to help. If the two of them had worked together, they could have killed Reserification quite easily, and the Pershing misses the shot that could have won the game, and Reserification doesn't. So that's a real shame for the Pershing driver. 6 kills, and his team is still going to lose. Because we are loaded, we do 750 average damage, and we ain't gonna miss. 7 kills. So, medium tanks, and we have a tier 10 medium tank platoon. It's Gorim 9 and his clanmates Sirium and Silent but Deadly. Encounter battle on Muravanka. They've had a very brave scout charge up the middle of the field and see how quickly he can get himself killed. Answer to that question, very, very quickly indeed. But what he did do was at least illuminate the enemy heavies as they headed over the north of the map to get to the northwestern side, and we've been able to beat the crap out of them at long range on the way over. So those guys are arriving on the northwestern side of the map and they're all pretty badly damaged. But we've got 2 guys into the woods. It's an E50 and an AMX 1390. But this is what happens when you go into the woods on Muravanka. You just die.
Looks like that one went right through.
Because the visibility in there is so bad that you literally drive into an enemy tank. And then you get one shot into him, and then all of his friends who are in cover that you can't see, but they can now all see you because the tank you just took a shot at is spotting you. They just vaporize you, and then you die, and then everybody behind you gets a couple of seconds of shooting at the one tank that you detected, and then he disappears, and then somebody else drives into the woods. There goes a pattern, and the whole process repeats itself. Those woods on this map are an absolute death trap. And now the base is being capped. Well, I'll say the base, the capture point is being capped. And the platoon has split up. It's Silent but Deadly in the T62A and Gorim 9 in his M48 over here. And Sirium in his M48. Well, he isn't going anywhere near, not knowing the kind of heavies that came across the north end of that map, he isn't going anywhere near that capture flag alone. So he's sitting there on the corner and he's waiting for some backup to arrive. And, you know, some backup is arriving. There's 2 heavies and another medium coming over. Meanwhile, exactly as predicted, the M46 pattern that went into the woods has died. Spotted a tank. All of that tank's friends killed him. And Silent but Deadly and Gorim 9 here, in a couple of seconds, are shooting at the one tank that got detected before he disappears. And then all the other guys in the woods just sit there waiting to see who's going to be brave enough to come in next.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Now the real action in this fight is actually going on in the middle of the map rather than the woods. And whoever was capping has been killed. And it's an even game. Yeah, it scores a 5-5. That was unlucky. 269 damage to an E50M. This gun does 390 on average. 25% variance in average damage roll? Really? Because that was more like 32, 33% difference. I don't know. Weird numbers. At the end of the day, he's dead, even though Gorim didn't get the kill. But the platoon have all got 1 kill each, so they're doing alright. And somebody else is moving up into the woods. Check the map, there's a heavy tank going for it. He is obviously sick of living, and there we go. Ah, he's a mouse. Right, the mouse can take a couple of hits. Okay, so there goes the E75, and now with the mouse leading the way, and he's spotted an enemy mouse, and you ain't going to kill an enemy mouse. Oh, I don't know, if he turns his side on you like that, you're going to score a couple of hits. But this would be the ideal time to push into the woods. With a mouse leading the charge, he can take a couple of hits. This would be the time to go in there, back him up. And yep, that's what they're doing. Silent but Deadly's going first, the T-62A, Gorium is following it, and there we go, there's some more bad guys, there's a Foch.
Enemy armor is damaged.
That mouse is probably taking a battering. We're going to have this guy, definitely.
They're hit.
Unlucky not to finish him off there, but he is going to die. Oh, we do get a kill. Okay. And again, it's all happening in the middle of the field. Very unusual. Normally, it's either in the forest or over by the capture point, but it's right in the middle of the map here. And well done to the mouse driver who just...
Enemy is hit.
I mean, he died, but he provided the incentive for everybody else to get their asses out of gear and get in here. And just look how close. There, look at that. Look at the size of that tank. And it just appears out of nowhere in these woods. And he's not even particularly in much cover. You know, it's just... these woods are just a death trap. It's absolute suicide going in here.
Looks like that one went right.
Certainly in the first half of the game, when you don't know what's in there. And now things are looking... Well, it's by no means a win yet.
That one went right through.
But things are looking pretty good.
Bounced off.
Yeah, the old E75. He might only be tier 9, but he's tough.
Nailed it bad.
Tough as old boots. Right, that E100 is looking like a much more juicy target. Oh, missed. Platoon's doing well, 7 kills between them. But it's basically them and a T110E5. And I think the T110E5 is pretty badly... There he is, he's badly beaten up. 193 health. Bat chat in the open there. Is he reloading? He's about to die. There we go.
Armor is destroyed.
E75 with his back to 2 patterns. Whoa! IS4. Ah, that was a big hit.
Gotta hurt.
The Silent but Deadly there in the T-62A is hurt bad, but so he's hanging back in the woods and he's basically shooting at what these 2 guys in the patterns are spotting.
Looks like that one
And
went right
that's a
through.
good teamwork there. And supported by the artillery, he kills the IS-4, and then there goes the E75, double tuned. Good result. So, artillery replay. Shall we have an artillery replay? Yeah, let's have an artillery replay. Here's Otufano in his Hummel, and he's the only artillery on the whole of Malinovka. Well, you know, except for the enemy artillery. It's a tier 8 game, and it's a very, very tier 8 game. More than half of the team are tier 8. There's 3 tier 7s, a tier 6, him and a scout. What's a tier 4 light tank doing in this game? Is he platooned? Oh dear. Panzer 38 NA, platooned up with a Lerva. Well, anyway, let's kill some tanks. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't play artillery, and I hope that watching these replays is giving you an appreciation for the kind of problems that artillery actually have when they're doing their best. well, when they're doing their best. Sometimes they just haven't got a clue. But, you know, what you're seeing here are decent artillery players doing everything they can to not lose, to support the team where they need supporting. And Otufano is, you know, no different. And hopefully, by all means, you know, if you come across hopeless artillery players who fire recklessly and kill friendlies who are engaged in close contact with enemy tanks because they just don't care where their shells land, then yeah, give them all the shit they deserve. But hopefully watching, certainly at least the artillery replay section of these roundups, will give those of you who don't play artillery just some sort of appreciation of how hard artillery does actually work to try to help you win the game, and the problems that they face doing that. So here we go, Malinovka, Hummel. We're 2 tanks down already, not a good start. Now the Hummel is it's a good machine. Tier 5 artillery. I remember really enjoying playing my Hummel. It's a very fast artillery, very manoeuvrable and quick for its size. But it's a big change when you get Tier 5 artillery for playing the lower tier stuff. The lower tier stuff fires quickly, is very accurate, aims very, very quickly, doesn't do a lot of damage. And you're going to find when you get to Tier 5, suddenly you're driving artillery that takes forever to reload, takes forever to aim, doesn't fire very quickly at all, and when it hits, still doesn't actually do that much damage. Now you can do massive amounts of damage in artillery, but you pretty much have to hit, you know, your shot pretty much has to land smack bang right on top of the engine deck. And there, 470 damage, and that looks like a big hit. But it's no more damage than an IS-3 could do with the BR9 gun. Hell, it's no more damage than a KV-1S can do with his 122mm gun, and he's on tier 6 heavy. So, you know, the days of artillery doing 1,000 damage with every shot are long gone. Trust me, they really, really are. That hasn't happened regularly since patch 7.3 or earlier. Artillery is still dangerous, and if they hit you at the right spot and they get a direct hit, and we're talking about normally behind the turret on the top of the engine deck, and they penetrate there, you're in all sorts of trouble. But it's not so much the raw damage that artillery does these days, it's the collateral damage they do from the high explosive shells. It's the modules that they knock out, the crew members that they kill, and that's the pain in the ass. But as far as raw damage output goes, artillery isn't the king of the battlefield anymore. Can be, if they get lucky, but, you know, anybody can hit your ammo rack and get lucky. And when there's only one artillery in the game, there you go, direct hit on a Tiger II, 178 damage. That's high explosive performance against highly armoured targets. It's crap. And this is where you need to be careful, because tier 5 artillery has got such splash damage that even if he hits that IS-3, he's likely to hurt the T-29.
Penetration.
And that was a good shot. He took a big risk there, but it was a calculated risk, and he did absolutely everything he could to make sure that if that shot missed, it was going to miss the other side of the IS-3 and not go anywhere near the friendly T-29. It basically saved his ass.
He's gone. Find another target.
Oh, and a great blind shot. Predicted the path of that lurver. Bang, hit him. Notice he's aiming just behind the tank. And that's basically to make sure, or to increase the chance that the shot isn't going to bounce off the turret, and has a better chance of hitting the engine deck at the back. losing 8-10.
Looks like that one went right through.
Again, direct hit. And it's doing less damage than a heavy tank gun. I can remember when I was playing my Hummel, and it literally was the case that my shots were hitting and were never doing less than 500 damage. But those days are long gone. Artillery isn't nearly as dangerous as it used to be.
Penetration.
Yeah, there's direct hit after direct hit, and there are medium tanks that do better damage than that when they hit you. Not to say artillery can't one-shot kill you, but it's very rare these days. It's just an annoyance. It's a dangerous annoyance. Anybody coming around the northwestern corner of the top of the hill on El Haluf will know exactly how dangerously annoying artillery can be.
That was close.
And look at that. That wasn't even a direct hit. He did more damage with splash damage than he's done in his last 4 direct hits. It's just so random. Driving artillery can be so incredibly frustrating.
Got him.
There we go, that was a good kill. Little tip here, by the way, for those of you who are perhaps new to driving artillery, or something that I didn't know. I mean, I'd made it tier 6 artillery. I was driving a GW Panther before I realised we could do this. If you hold down control and right click on the minimap, it switches your view straight to that. That's how he's managing to switch his view around the map so fast like this. And then obviously the tank turns, and eventually the gun catches up with where you're looking. Oh, there should be a good hit on the Ferdinand. But again, he needs to be real careful. He doesn't hit that T-44.
Armor is destroyed.
Good shot. There's only 2 of them left, and one of them's artillery. But the team's done well here. You've got a guy there on 5 kills, T-28 prototype on 2. You know, it's not bad. And again, this goes back to what I was talking about in my Science of Fail video. Generally speaking, you've only got 3 or 4 players on any team, winning or losing team, who are worth a damn, and everybody else is either just shit or having a bad game. And once again, here's the proof. Look at those scores. Come on, where are you? Ah, there we go. Oh, who's going to be the one to kill this guy? There we go. He only had 57 health left, the poor guy. And now it's just a question of hunting down and killing the enemy artillery. But, you know, as I'm sure you're all too aware, because it must have happened to everybody by now, just because all they have left is artillery doesn't mean you've won the game. And what we've seen here in this replay is, I mean, it's nothing special. It's a good artillery player playing a good artillery game. Oh, did you see that? Enemy artillery blind firing where he saw trees moving. So the enemy artillery player isn't too bad either. Probably just unfortunate he's only got 1 kill. But as I was saying, nothing wrong with this game. It's a good, solid example of a smart, good artillery player playing a decent game. But nothing spectacular about this game. It's a good result. I mean, 3 kills in a Hummel in tier 8 game. It's not bad at all. You know, he's played a good, solid game. Nothing wrong with it. It's a, you know, a decent win. You get a good amount of XP and credits for playing like this. You've done a load of damage to the enemy team. You've killed 3 of them. But there's nothing special about this one, I'm afraid. And there he is, M41. Oh, that shell, I must admit, that shell took longer to land than I expected it to. I thought that was going to be a direct hit. And there you go. Just as I said, just because there's only artillery left doesn't mean you've won. Suddenly he's on 2 kills. You've got to be real careful being the first person to come across enemy artillery. Usually it's a lot safer to be the second person to come across enemy artillery. Come on, where are you? We're looking for trees falling, any kind of evidence that the M41's parked somewhere. Come on. You're being capped. Oh, there he is. He's got to come out or he's going to lose. You know, we're capping. So he's coming out to kill the T-28. And bingo, got him. There you go. 4 kills. Well played. Good result. Now, artillery replays. I haven't had a lot of artillery replays. Oh, excuse me, just had to clear my throat there. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of artillery replays, and so when I'm doing these replay roundups, you're going to find that I'm skipping the artillery section because there have been so few artillery replays. Most of the ones that have been sent in have been spectacularly good games. Unusual artillery games, exciting artillery games. And no offence to Otufano here, he's played a great game. There's nothing wrong with this match whatsoever. You know, like all of the games that you've seen tonight, they've all been good, solid, just, I hesitate to use the word predictable, but straightforward, good games. There's been nothing spectacular about any of them. They've been games that anybody would be proud to play, happy to call that result their own, but not the sort of game that makes you sit up and think, whoa, look at that. Now, because there have been so few artillery submissions, most of the ones that have been sent in have been, whoa, look at that. And so, certainly so far as I'm going through the submissions, most of the artillery ones that I have seen, and you know, if you have sent in an artillery replay, this could be good news. Most of them are shortlisted so far, and there are a couple of games like this one that didn't make the shortlist, but are perfectly good artillery games, but not many of them. The majority of the artillery games so far that I have seen have been, whoa, great game, stick that one in the shortlist folder. So you may not see many artillery games in the replay roundups coming over the next few days, purely because there aren't that many of them that didn't make it onto the shortlist. So that brings tonight's replay roundup to a close. But, you know, plenty more where they came from. Oh, God, yes. Hundreds more where they came from. Trust me. I've got enough material to run this channel for the next 6 months with the amount of games you guys have sent in. And I've still only looked at a third of them. So I've still got my work cut out for me. But more of these coming tomorrow, and working on something a little funny as well. Because you haven't just sent in your best games. Some of you have sent in some absolutely hilarious derp moments and just funny shit. That is, it's literally, it's had me crying with laughter at certain stages. And I've been putting those to one side, and I'm going to put a compilation of all the best derp moments up as well. So that should be something to look forward to. Not sure when you're going to see that. Maybe tomorrow night, maybe the night after. We shall see. So, as always, take care on the battlefield, and I'll catch you next time.